This is a spread of cards. It's 24 cards, and they depict things happening in 1 year or less. And starting with the top, this is the first set, which is 1 day, week, or month. This is 2 days, weeks, or months. It's the second one. 3 days, weeks, or months. 4 days, weeks, or months from now. And 5 days, weeks, or months. 6 days, weeks, or months from now. 7 days, weeks, or months. 8 days, weeks, or months. I'm not trying to be repetitious, I'm trying to be clear. Nine, and this is 10, 11, and 12 days, weeks, or months. So this is to happen in a year or less. And first you shuffle the cards, you put down 12 cards. The sevens never go in the first spot, and the card over it is considered the top card. Like the eight is the top card, and the king is the top card, and the nine of hearts is the top card, and the jack of clubs. And what makes it a top card, it actually lays on the other card. So the main subject matter is always the first card. Now, this spread here has 7 hearts, 9 face cards, 7 diamonds, 5 spades, and 5 clubs. That means when they have like more than six or more, particularly more than 6 face cards, it means dealing with a lot of people. And when it has 7 hearts, it means one of the primary things is going to be family and home situations, because hearts depicts that, and diamonds depicts personal money. So the accent in this situation is family and personal money. Now, if you look at the first column, which is the king of diamonds and the 8 of hearts, it means an adult or older male, but not a child, is very helpful. They help or have a lot of consideration in 1 day, week, or month. Now notice there's 2 8s where my fingers are. That's a trip, but because they're both red, when you have 2 8s together, it depicts a trip. The trip is very beneficial or happy or both. Now, you see the queen of diamonds below the king of diamonds. It has something to do with a family member, too, because the trip and the man seems to have something to do with each other, the way the cards lay. Now, in the second spot, you see 2 males, a younger male and an older male. So you have a jack and a king, and these are like court cards. But because they're both spades, they're relatives. But there's some kind of legal matter going on because you have 2 kings. Legal, insurance, or contractual, or it can actually be dealing with an officer of the law. Now, in the third place, again, we see the 2 kings, but also getting something that the person wants, a desire. 9 of hearts stands for something you want, and is somehow a male involved, and perhaps a legal or some important thing. Right under what they want is something to do with a business problem. And the 2 9s depict a change in work or business, but because they're neutral, one red, one black, the change has about the same makeup as the usual situation, but it's a change. Now, with the 9 of clubs and the jack of clubs in the fourth place, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 days, weeks, or months, there's 2 jacks of one's red, one's black. That means undecided about an association. And the 9 of clubs means for sure some dealing with a young male, not knowing if they want to continue with or be associated with the person. The anxiety card's right below that, and there's a lot of undecided whether they want to be with the person. Now, in the fifth spot, which is the queen of diamonds and the 8 of diamonds, getting some kind of small gift or payment of money, which is depicted by the 8 of diamonds, to a female or associated with a female. And because there's 2 queens, it's sisters or friends are involved, 2 females. And it also hooks up with that trip. See, when you have two eights, and it's a pleasant or profitable trip because the two eights are both red. Now, in the sixth spot, you have a bright future in family or personal news. The eights are diagonal, so they don't count as far as a change in place. Usually, aces lined up horizontal or vertically depict a change of place or plans, and it could be undecided if they're alternate, and red would mean for the better, and black would mean either temporary or unsatisfactory. Now, in the seventh spot, you have a king of clubs and a ten of clubs, so a business or some kind of a job problem with the male at that point. And right next to the ten of clubs is an eight of clubs, a lot of anxiety over it. Now, in the eighth spot, there's a lot of anxiety and undecided change of association. Those alternate jacks, that's what it means. And it somehow concerns a young male. Now, in the ninth spot, there's a lot of money, ten of diamonds, dealing with a female. And like I said, this is a new friendship or two sisters or whatever. There's two females involved. And in the 10th spot, there's some news or a message or an invitation. That's what the ace of diamonds, and it somehow concerns a female. There's a little unfriendliness about it because there's the eight of spade right next to it. You always have to look about surrounding situations. Now, in the 11th spot, there's a lot of anxiety in getting some kind of gift. So it's getting something, but it doesn't seem that friendly because there's an eight of spades around that. And sometimes it could be an expected gift, but not from the heart. Now, in the 12th spot, which is 12 days, weeks, or months, there's some extra money and something about a health situation, which is depicted by the ten of spades. So this gives you an idea of how to read and how to interrelate cards and double cards. And, of course, this is all to happen in a year. And if it's in the fifth spot, 5 days, weeks, or months, or within 5 months, that's how you read it.